I invite Daaji to come on stage, please.
Good evening. Very respected Mrs. Gila Clara Klaus, representative from UNESCO. She represents also the arts for peace. Respected Minister Stefan Le Foll, Dr. Paul Lu, Mrs. Beatrice Breton, or Mr. I am proud to be representing Heartfulness here under this program of holistic vision of the importance of the living soils for the restoration of the ecosystem. I'll start with a story, and it's an actual one. Many years later, when I returned to India, visiting my parents, then I was residing and doing business in pharmaceuticals in New York. And what I saw in my farms, my native farms, was quite shocking to me. Almost 1 foot of soil was eroded from most of the farms around the village. And imagine 1 foot of soil that was eroded just in my absence of 5 years or so. What must be going on over last centuries or 2 centuries? And where does this eroded soil with a lot of nutrients end up in? It ends up in the oceans. How to make use of these nutrients lost into the ocean? To my mind, let's use the water and sprinkle it over the plants with dilution, so it will have the minerals. Second, grow lots and lots of seaweeds of all sorts. There are medicinal ones. There are seaweeds that can be used for cosmetic purposes. There are seaweeds can be cultivated for nutritional purposes. There are many applications of this. They seem to sequester more carbon dioxide than the trees. I don't have the scientific references, but I had read some papers, and I'm sure Dr. Paul Lu would also be able to verify this with us. What we have done to solve the problem that we have in India, especially in northern part of India, where the farmers, they tend to burn the straw. Once the crop is harvested, they burn it. And what it creates is a lot of toxic environment. We have taken up a challenge of how to make use of these straws by converting them into charcoal. And charcoal can be saturated with the bio waste, be it human waste or animal waste, or you can saturate them with certain minerals, or you can sprinkle so much of sea water into it so that it absorbs a lot of minerals and use it positively. That is one technique. I have often wondered at our role as human beings, what we can do, how we can enhance this partnership with nature. Nature is tremendously benevolent. We have a complementary partnership. They give oxygen and we give carbon dioxide. There is a partnership. mutually benefiting. It's not only that. Some of you who would have studied energies, how the energy vibrates, and these are all measurable data. Through scientific instruments, we can measure them. How plants are also emitting energies. We also emit energy. We also absorb energies. If you watch your breath, just as we have inhalation, exhalation, sometimes right nostril, sometimes left nostril, there is a cycle. There is a cycle in everything in nature. Sometimes we emit and sometimes we absorb energy. Same thing is done by the plants. The kind of energy plants absorb is not good for us. The kinds of energy they emit is good for us. So there is a partnership. You can try this also. There are so beautiful, lovely trees around here. I was watching and enjoying the trees in this garden. If you ever have a headache, sit with your back supported by the tree's trunk and see what happens to you. Your headache will be dissolved. You don't have to take my word for it. You try it and see if it helps you or not. What does tree actually take from us? All these apples and oranges and apricots, do we give them apricot juice or orange juice to grow them? We don't. They take cow dung or manure and water and sunlight, and they give the lovely fruits. Same thing with animals, cows and buffaloes. Until they die, they keep giving you milk, and sometimes they are killed for their meat. They sacrifice so that our life can go on. They take very little. Some grass, some water, and that's all. That's a part of animal kingdom. What about us? We take the best. And what do we give in return? Something to think about. What is our return to Mother Nature? There is not much difference in the spelling of the word plant and planet. Write it so you will know it. Just you have to add E. Without plants, there is no planet Mother Earth. We have to really understand that without this plant kingdom, Earth will be a desolate place like those Dune. Have you seen the movie Dune? Visit Dune. You'll be searching for spice of life. We have to preserve water as well. Every little drop we need to preserve. France may not have a problem, but you see, even in France, you go to southern part of it or certain areas where there are less rains. Tremendous scarcities are there. Most cities like Bangalore today, people are living apartments so that they can migrate to another city to habitate there. Water crises are simply growing in other countries. Our main topic today is how to enrich the soil, how to make it livelier. Besides reforestation, certain techniques have to be applied for farming especially. There are ways and ways and ways in each country. We have adopted some techniques from ancient Vedas where they use the waste from cows and animals. They make Jivamritam. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Jivamritam and all that. It thoroughly enriches the soil. There are other ways also. You get microbes from various forests, so-called virgin forests. Get that land, some samples of land from all across, and take out the bacteria from there and grow them in lab. Mix them and provide the nutrition. Once we have one culture containing hundreds or millions of varieties of microbes which were thriving in the forest, you can take about 200 liters of water, take about 1 liter of this culture, mix it with 20 kilos of brown sugar, and that's it, I think, and leave it for a week. And use 3/4 into your farm, leave 1/4, again mix it with 200 liters of water and mix it with brown sugar. So that can go on providing the microbes, healthy microbes that were earlier available in the forest. So there are so many ways of enriching the soil. Another one you must have seen is charcoal. When we do the forest plantation, people generally, in their rush to plant millions of trees, they don't prepare the ground sufficiently. I have seen in India, they would plant 1 million trees, but hardly 1,000 would survive. There are many issues. Grazing animals will destroy them. Post-planting, they will not water it properly. Or when they plant it, they will just dig 6 inches, put the plant and move on. Numbers. They want to prove the numbers. But it is good to plant smaller numbers, but effectively. This is what we did at Kanha, the video that you saw. We dig about 3 feet or 4 feet in diameter and depth, and fill it up with charcoal. At the base, we'll fill it up with some absorbing soil, like black clay soil. And if that is not there, mix it with compost and bentonite so that it can retain water. And then fill it up with compost and other regular soil and plant the tree. And when you do plant the tree, hug the tree, love the tree, and see the impact. You will be able to see, if you measure it with this gadget, the energy emitted by the tree that was hugged and the tree that was not hugged will be different. It will thrive also better. It's like children growing. When you love children, they go differently from children who are abandoned. The plants also same thing. I can go on and on and on with this, but I wish you all visit Kanha once and see for yourself that how an arid land, where there were hardly any trees, is now a lush, a kind of what we call Disney World of peace and harmony and joy, how human and nature partnership can thrive together. Come with your family, enjoy, and we have a lot of old techniques that we have utilized in growing this forest. Besides growing these trees around us, you can also enjoy the Ayurvedic spa. Come with your family and enjoy that. See, we like to share all the knowledge that we have acquired through our experiences. You can also share and criticize so that we can learn from you. Finally, I would say, can you imagine a rainforest in a desert? We have at least 6 rainforest areas at Kanha village. The forest officers who were assisting us, they were against. I said, there is no harm in planting. Let us see what happens to them. And now they are all thriving very well. What we did was, since India, in that area particularly, there's the least amount of rain, but we created the rain guns. One rain gun would cover at least 1 acre of area. So during hot summers, we turn on these rain guns for 10 to 15 minutes and give the plants a shower. And that's all we did. And you won't believe how dense it is. Even the birds cannot fly through this forest. It's that dense. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I wish you all, some of you who can manage, do come to Kanha. Thank you.